Estamos listos para esta batalla. Santillan con el pantaloncillo rojo con vivos en blanco, pone con azul y amarillo. Con el campanazo nos metemos en la guerra en la división del peso welter, 147 libras. A 10 vueltas pactada esta pelea o menos. Gracias por acompañarnos, por preferirnos aquí en ESPN Knockout. Un peleador ecuatoriano, cuando lo vemos, lo recordamos de Carlitos Góngora, Carlos Mina también por ahí.
Once meses el periodo de inactividad para este Giovani Santillan, el gallo de oro, que en algún momento se dio a notar por una victoria muy polémica en contra de Tony de Marco allá por junio de 2020, en plena pandemia.
Allí soltando las manos Erick, el ecuatoriano. El 1-2.
You see the quick hands of Santillan. He tends to be a relentless offensive fighter.
Again, but he's felt the power of Bone, and he's respecting it. And plus, like I said, he has to get the feeling back in his legs. They call it get your sea legs back. You know, he hadn't been hit with those 8-ounce gloves in a while. I know he's been sparring. I know he's been in the gym. But it's a different type of feeling when you get hit with those 8 ounces in the cast in those gloves. He hadn't been hit with those 8-ounce gloves in a while. I know he's been sparring. I know he's been in the gym. But it's a different type of feeling when you get hit with those 8 ounces.
Santillan commit and then countering with the right hook to the chin.
See Santillan right now. He's trying to get in close. Bone is finding small little openings on the inside with uppercuts and coming around the guard of Santillan.
Yeah, for Bone, when I spoke to him before the fight, he told me, look, the key to winning this fight is I need to box and I need to counter to keep Santillan off balance.
The good angles on the inside, just small little steps and shifts with the feet of Bone.
There's some information on the right eye of Giovani Santillan, who is 30-0 with 16 knockouts as a professional, and that should put him in an illustrious list of fighters, including Jamal Charlo, Terrence Crawford, Jaron Boots Ennis, Tyson Fury, Devin Haney, Joe.
You have all the belts tied up with one or two particular guys. You know, the other guys, even Boots Ennis, they haven't got a shot. And I believe that Boots Ennis deserves a shot. I think that this young man has fought a plethora of top competition. He should be in the running for a title opportunity, but he's not getting that. Another thing that's hurting him is the fact that Top Rank don't have a whole lot of 147 pounders. That's a problem for him moving forward. So, but I'm hearing through the grapevine, if he wins this fight tonight, there's something special for him on the back end.
Yeah, and Josh Taylor needs to move up to 147 pounds. That would be an amazing first fight for Josh Taylor. Battle of Southpaws against Giovani Santillan. And when you look at him calling out Alexis Rocha, a Golden Boy fighter, a Southern California fight that could happen between two guys with power and who are desperate to get an opportunity at a world title. We'll see what happens, because come next weekend, we are going to have an undisputed welterweight champion, and that's going to tie up the belts even further.
Exactly, and it is, and there's a rematch clause in there as well, so it's going to tie it up a little bit longer. But, you know, these guys got to still stay active, you know, and they still got to fight nice, good, I would say, challenging competition and continue to win. The same goes for Santillan. Beautiful left hand right there. He stuck his lead hand out and got him to look at it and came right behind with a straight left hand down the middle. Bone ran right into it. But you see the push and pull action that I'm talking about. At first you had Bone that was that was coming, oh, excuse me, Santillan coming forward. Now Bone is coming forward.
Well, Bone saw that he had success, but it was really off the counter. You know, we look at Jeremiah Milton, who was, you know, waiting on the counter, and Stephen Shaw earlier tonight, and you see that left hand from Bone lands on Santillan. That's where he's having his success, so maybe just wait on it, as we see George Campos is getting his hands wrapped in the locker room.
See, what's going on is Santillan's just sitting at mid-range, and he's not doing anything, and then that's when Bone just takes off. As soon as he sees a reaction or some sort of movement from Santillan, he beats him to the punch right away.
There's that jab. There's that sick.
Stop. Bring those punches up. Let's go.
Bone with the first warning for low blows.
See, Santillan, he has two different styles. You know, he was a boxer. I brought him in for my camp against Manny Pacquiao. I remember that. He has good feet, knows how to box, knows how to fight off the back foot and get angles and things. And so he signed up and teamed up with the Garcias, and they taught him how to fight in the inside, you know, and how to rumble. And having all that tough sparring down there at Robert Garcia's academy is no joke. You learn really fast on the job.
Yeah, I mean, at RGB out in Riverside,
yes,
you sink or swim, because those dudes are dogs, and they're coming to get you, and they're making you fight every day and get better. And, you know, Santillan is having a tough time early on with the boxing skills of...
Now Santillan's looking to make Bone pay for his mistakes. He's looking for him to overcommit or make a mistake or get himself out of position.
But Santillan is really over. The last two combinations he threw were really overcommitted. He's getting a little bit greedy there against Bone, and that's a dangerous position, because that's what can happen with Bone's counter punching ability.
See, Bone's coming forward now. He's being the wave. He's coming in. That's what he wants to be. He's being aggressive, and he's looking for Santillan to make a mistake. He's trying to force him into a disadvantageous position, just with his pressure, and occasionally with his punches as well. You see that looping shot? It's finding the home on the head and on the face and chin of Santillan. This is a really good fight. This is a lot of back and forth action right here. Some tough rounds to score.
And we saw what tends to happen with a southpaw and an orthodox fighter when Santillan tripped on the foot of Erick Bone just a few seconds earlier.
And you got to worry about, with these big shots that they're throwing, you got to worry about head clashes as well. Both these guys are leaning forward, trying to land lethal shots, death blows on each other. And you got to be careful that a head clash may happen.
Good body shot from Erick Bone, digging that right to the body again to close out this round. And Erick Bone goes back to his corner where he'll receive instructions from Enrique Alvarez. And this is a young man who is as credible opponent as you will see. His losses have been against champions. Sean Porter, Chris Algieri in 2015. Miguel Títere Vázquez dropped him. Sergey Lipinets, all of them former world titleists. So, Tim, although his record sports 27 wins and 6 losses, I mean, these have been against legitimate opponents in world champions.
You know, some guys can get there, but they just can't win. They can't get over that hump. He's one of those guys, Bone. He's fought tough competition, yes, but he's never been able to really overcome. You know, sometimes it can be a lack of skill. You know, as we see right now, it's not a lack of ability at all. He can fight. The other guys are just better.
And through the ropes, right under Mike Basil, you see one of the men who beat Erick Bone. And that is none other than Chris Algieri doing the commentary alongside Christina Poncher and Jamel Herring, who says, "I'm coming back."
Oh, my goodness. Come on, Jamel. Don't come back.
Stay retired. You're doing well as a commentator.
Man. Yeah, you're doing real great as a commentator, man. Don't do it.
Let's take a look at the power punches by round so far. And Bone coming out on top in both the third and fourth rounds, and actually throughout the fight against Santillan.
Those right and left hooks he's landing on Santillan. Now, Santillan squares up a whole heck of a lot when he's attacking. You know, he gives it away. He squares his body up when he attacks.
I was actually pretty surprised, Tim, that he won the power punch statistical battle against Santillan in every single round.
Ooh, nice. Nice, beautiful jab, right? Splitting jab. It was an inside jab. You know, a lot of times when you're facing a southpaw, you try to look to land your jab over the top of his hand. It's a position battle with the lead hands. But you can sometimes sneak it underneath. You see, you know, top fighters do it. I've seen Usyk do it, seen Shakur do it. A lot of top fighters do that. But that was a good jab right there from Bone. He did it again. Yep. That time he followed it with a right hand, but he didn't hit. He didn't land with those shots.
There's a nice
big shot,
overhand left from Santillan landing on Bone. And now he's trying to find a rhythm, but there's an answer from Bone every time Santillan throws.
So that's called a catch and shoot. Sometimes he'll catch it on his body. Sometimes he'll catch it on the arms, on the shoulders. And you see Bone, he'll react. The same side he gets hit with, he's reacting with that hand. He's throwing a punch with that hand. That's called a catch and shoot.
There's a lot of catch and release from drivers coming in from Oklahoma City Airport to Shawnee, Oklahoma.
Oh, my gosh.
Shout out to all our crew.
Shout out to our crew, man.
Work hard here.
A lot of people got jacked on the way up here.
Nice right hand from Bone. Got you Santillan stiff, and that was a great combination from Bone. Finding a rhythm.
He buzzed him with that shot. Anytime you see a fighter, he bounced in one place for just a split second after getting hit with a hard shot. That means he buzzed him. He rocked him.
Bone tonight is opportunistic. When Santillan throws, he makes him pay. And speaking of opportunistic, Maxie Hughes has traveled all the way from Australia to fight George Kambosos Jr., a fight he personally lobbied to get after not getting the matchups he wanted in his previous contract.
I was out of contract with Matchroom. I'm looking for a big fight. None was presenting itself to me. Reached out to Lou DiBella, who looks after George. He had no titles, and I thought he's going to be looking for a big fight. So I thought, throw my name in the hat. Let's see if he takes the bait. Let's see if he wants to fight me. And, you know, within a week of me reaching out, we had the offer. It's going to, you know, cement myself on the world stage against a proven world-class fighter in George. My style against his style, my boxing IQ, and how adaptable I am in the ring. I just think I've got what it takes. If George has not done his due diligence, then he's going to be in for a very, very long night tonight.
I'm Ron Burgundy, and Maxie Hughes is not from Australia. He's from England. He's fighting an Australian tonight in George Kambosos. I got to give that, you know, lesson of geography to my friend Tim Bradley, just so you know, because I know how much you love Australia.
I'm not going there, man. I'm not going there.
So Bone outlanding Santillan by 3 punches so far, and at a 37% clip compared to 30. So Bone definitely in this fight through the first half.
Yes, he is. And, you know, I don't see the sharpness from Santillan, and that's, again, that right there is being off. Inactivity, that's what it does to you. It doesn't allow you to be sharp. It doesn't allow you to sharpen your skills. I don't care how often you stay in the gym and you work out and you spar and you doing so forth. You still got to come out here and perform under these bright lights. That's important. That's gaining an experience, and that's sharpening your tools. All the stuff that you worked on inside the gym, you to put it on display.
Santillan had success with the right hand at the early onset of this round. Now digging to the body, but like I said, every time Santillan throws, Bone punches with him, and that's one of his biggest assets.
So he's punching with him, and he's punching after him. That's why he's having success, because Santillan's not moving his position after. He's letting his hands go. Bone will let his hands go, and then he will try to finish with a combination.
He's admiring his work is what you're telling me, and not getting out of the way.
Yes.
Nice overhand right, a straight right there from Erick Bone. Santillan threw his shot, Made him miss, and he made him pay.
See, Bone threw a throwaway uppercut. He came down, leaned down, threw an uppercut, tried to split the guards of Santillan. Santillan pulled out of range, dropping his guards, and got hit with the right hand. There was an attempt there. That jab was just to keep Santillan occupied, and that right hand coming right behind it. That's the perfect shot that you want to land against the southpaw.
Nice liver shot from Giovani Santillan.
Santillan is seemingly having a hard time finding his rhythm right now. He's starting to get into a groove right here in the inside, but too far and in between. You know, there it is, Bone landing those big shots, stopping the action.
And even when Santillan has success, the last thing the judges see is Bone landing something.
Yes, because Bone is throwing with him, and he's ending again. He's ending the action as well.
You see some inflammation under the left eye of Erick Bone, inflammation under the right eye of Giovani Santillan, who has some success with the uppercut combination and then a right hook.
So this battle right now is starting to turn into a battle of attrition. You know, both guys are having their way. They're exchanging. They're going back and forth, you know, and landing big shots on each other. So whoever has the best conditioning won, and determination and the will to win is going to pull off this fight.
Good finish here to round number 6, and through 6, Bone with 109 landed punches compared to 101 from Santillan. Let's listen in to Robert Garcia in the red corner.
No.
Nothing, don't worry about it. We got 4 more rounds. You gotta let those combinations go, son.
Okay.
We gotta start walking them down. All right, you gotta start throwing more combinations.
These next 4 rounds, okay? If you're good in position to do it, okay, then let's go. Mira, a lot of head movement, but more combinations. And work on that with your right hook. Para que ese jab y el right hook, porque esta mano, okay, pues para que nomás usa la.
You gotta use that right hand. You gotta keep using that right hand. His left eye is getting swollen, so you gotta work that eye. Just keep touching it. Don't let him move without being touched. Throw punches and move your head. Those are the instructions from Robert Garcia for Giovani Santillan. He was brought on 5 fights ago by his father, Memo. Said, I need my son to improve, and there's no one better to get him to the next level than Robert Garcia. Well, that'll be put to the test over the next 12 minutes as the power punches in the last round favored Bone once again, 25-16.
See, that's what you want to see. You want to see your pupil come out there and do exactly what you told him to do. You know, that's what a champion does. You know, those are qualities of a champion. You see, you heard what Robert Garcia told Santillan what he needed to do, and he's going out there and following the instructions. He's doing exactly what he's told him to do. Pressure. Get on him. Let your hands go.
Pressure busts pipes, and that's what Giovani Santillan is trying to do here against Erick Bone, who may be in the lead after 6 rounds. It's a very tight fight.
And pressure, it breaks wheels too. Yep. Wheels. You know, that's the main objective. Break the will of your opposition any way you can.
Erick Bone's been facing subpar competition in Ecuador, getting his last 7 victories. They've won 35% of their fights compared to Santillan's opponents, who won 86% of the last 5 fights. We'll see how that plays out down the stretch in this fight, because Bone does not seem to be deterred at all by the combination punching of Santillan, as there's an answer for everything the man with the red trunks throws.
And Bone was in the southpaw stance. I don't know if you guys saw that. He was in a southpaw stance throwing hooks and uppercuts from a different angle. And that surprised Santillan, because he was used to him the punches coming from the right angle, from the right side, but not from that southpaw angle.
Ooh, what a nice left from
yes, it was.
Bone.
So nice left from Santillan.
Ooh, what a straight right from Bone. Snaps the head of Santillan back.
just letting his hands go. That's what things do. It creates opportunities for itself. When you don't have a guy that's not moving his head, keeping his head directly on the line, you throw straight shots at him. Guess what? Something eventually is going to get in, and that's what happened to Santillan. Sitting there, looking pretty, thought he was out of range, thought a couple of shots was coming, and bing, bing, he gets hit with that right hand.
1.5-inch reach advantage for Bone, but it's the speed, precision, and counterpunching that has really done a job on Giovani Santillan. All right, this Tuesday, we don't want you to miss Stephen Fulton putting his WBC and WBO junior featherweight titles on the line in Japan on ESPN+. He'll be facing Naoya Inoue, his 6th undefeated opponent, making the 4th defense of his belt.
This is a great challenge for me. I'm putting myself out of my element. Where in his country, he'll be comfortable. Me, I'm defending over there. So I have to do everything I got to do to bring my titles back, defend, and defeat him. And we both have a name. He has his country behind him, as well as his knockout power. You know, he's a technical fighter, I'm a technical fighter. He's a smart fighter, I'm a smart fighter. When you put those type of fighters together, it kind of shakes the divisions up. When you're the underdog, you're like overlooked or underlooked, however you want to put it. I've seen and heard a lot of things that people were saying about the power, or he may not have the chin, or this person, or anyways is this and he's that, and it's like, I like that. I like those type of comments. That made me like, all right, they don't believe in me. Well, let's make them believers. Going out to Japan and defeating him in his country, that's major.
What a credit to who he is as a person, who he is as a fighter. Stephen Fulton going all the way to Japan. You won't want to miss the fight on ESPN Plus, live starting at 4 a.m. Eastern time. That's where our coverage starts. If you're not up at that time, you can always check it out on ESPN Plus on demand.
Yeah, no one separated himself yet. I mean, it's been too much back and forth. You know, I don't know how these rounds are going, and you know, you can look at the punch stats all you want and say Bone had won the first half of this fight, but I don't know. I'm not sure. Still looking for some separation. I see Santillan starting to step up the tempo a little bit. Bernardo stepping on the gas pedal.
Oh, there's a nice double
and he hurt him with that. Buzzed him. You see the legs?
I did. Let's see if he can follow it up, or if Bone can get Santillan off of him. I think they sense the urgency for Santillan to do something special here in this 8th round, but then you put yourself in harm's way, as Bone is excellent with that counter right.
And his recuperative powers are no joke either. He got hit with that shot, he bounced right back and got back to action to fend off Santillan.
He was dropped twice in round 5 in his loss against Sean Porter. Can Santillan do something special here over the last couple of rounds? The blood emanating from the nose of Bone. His left eye is closing up. That could be a dangerous situation that's developing for Bone. You see the intent look of Santillan, who's now starting to close in, but that right hand of Bone is always in range. There it is, a right uppercut from Bone. That right hand is always in striking range. Or Santillan puts himself in the right hand striking range. There it is again. Body work from Bone.
Get that up. Zoom it.
Santillan snaps his head back, and then he has his head snapped back by a Bone right.
Boy, a lot of back and forth action. My goodness. Both guys taking some heavy shots. I'm pretty impressed with Santillan's conditioning, although he's been out of the ring for over a year. Or just about almost a year, I should say.
I'm impressed by Bone tonight.
I'm impressed with Bone as well. I mean, he's fighting back in spurts. He's doing his thing as well. And he's had a ton of opportunities to land some significant shots on Santillan, but Santillan is not deterred either. This is back and forth action.
And that's going to be a tough job for the judges to come away with a decision, because these rounds are very, very close.
Razor thin.
Nice body work from Bone.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, let's listen in to Giovani Santillan's corner again with Robert Garcia.
¿Cómo siente? La condición, la energía, ¿la tiene? Okay, you gotta finish strong, all right? Next round. Este morro ya no trae nada. Ya anda muy guango.
He's got nothing left.
Ya, mijo.
Come on, son.
You gotta, okay, that's next round. Finish strong. Finish strong. Okay? Esas combinaciones.
So those combinations.
No dejes ir, pum, 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 2, 3, 4 punches at a time. All right? Muéveme la cabeza y pon combinaciones. Can you do that? Take a deep breath.
Oh yeah, just check out this how and why Santillan was laying this left hand right down the middle. Wow, nice little flicking shot right there from Santillan. See the little flick jab, got the eyes. You see the gloves move right there from Bone. And Santillan just changing the trajectory of his punch,
Bring him up.
with the left hook on the temple.
All right, the punches landed by round. Santillan gets the advantage in that 8th round, and that evens up. The punch connects at 157 for the first time during this entire fight. The left eye of Bone is starting to be worrisome because of the inflammation. Referee Chris Flores warned Bone to keep those punches up last round. So a lot of flying elements out there that could change what happens in this fight. Nice right hand from Santillan. That'll change the fight.
That was good. That was great. Nice combinations. You know, Santillan looks like he has the better legs on the tail end of this fight. Really pushing forward with that combination. Finishing straight left hand.
And for the corner of Bone, it's the fact that he was hit by 2 right hooks that he didn't see coming because that visibility is limited by the inflammation of that left eye. There it is again. Punches that he was making Santillan miss that now are finding a home.
That right hand keeps finding a home for Bone.
Yes, that's been throughout.
Bone is sneaky. He uses footwork, subtle footwork, left and right, little shifts and turns. Put himself in position and catching Santillan as he tries to attack. He's clever in the ring, man.
He really is.
Look at that uppercut. You don't see that against a southpaw. He threw an uppercut, then a right hand behind it. Bone did.
A lead left uppercut against the southpaw.
That's creative. Creative combinations right there. Good flurry right there from Santillan. Staying tight, staying underneath himself. He feels he has Bone on the line. He feels that he's weakening.
And there's that combination.
Yep.
And Bone reels backwards, and there is the power of Giovani Santillan. He goes low there twice, but this is a Giovani Santillan we expected to see. And I don't know how much that swollen left eye of Bone is allowing Santillan to be that effective here down the stretch.
Power shots are starting to add up. The activity of Bone is starting to add up, and Santillan is digging deep.
Now you see the blood on the nose of Bone.
See,
nice combination.
And the crazy part is to
Bone.
see Bone when he gets in a bad spot. Santillan starts coming on. What he starts doing is dropping body shots. That's the way you keep your opponent up off of you, especially if he's throwing heat on you. You hit him with a body shot, he's going to bag up.
And you know what? Santillan was forced to drop down that left hand to protect the body.
Yes.
And then the right hands of Bone found a home.
Straight
There's
left
a
hand.
Santillan connecting as well. What a round.
My goodness. From that first heavyweight fight we did in this fight right here, this is entertaining right here for you folks at home.
All right, let's listen in to the corner of Erick Bone. It'll be Enrique Alvarez with the instructions for the man with the bloody nose.
You have the whole motherfucking whole fight. Respira profundo. Este es el último round, amigo.
In the last round, son.
Respira, mijo, respira.
Breathe, son. This is your last round, Bone.
Este es el último round.
This is it.
Por tu vida, Bone, por tu vida. No podemos
For
quedarnos
your
aquí,
life.
¿ok?
We can't just stay here.
¿Ok, Bone? Vamos, porque es el último. Esfuérzate lo que más puedas, Bone.
Give me all
Esfuérzate
your
lo que más
efforts.
puedas. No venimos a perder aquí.
We didn't come to
No
lose.
venimos a ganar,
We
cabrón.
came here to win, man.
¿Me entiendes?
Come on,
Mira,
you understand?
nosotros no tenemos una opción de perder.
We have no option to lose. Yeah, I took out his air. That was a nice body shot.
Let's go, okay? When you see him one, déjenle seguir, déjenle.
Hey, let him go here.
No se confíe tanto.
Hey, don't get overconfident, though.
Let's go. Last round, 3 minutes.
I mean, those were solid instructions in each corner.
Both corners. You know, trying to inspire them, man. Trying to uplift them, let them know that he can win this fight.
A lot of close rounds throughout this fight. Santillan with the 183 to 182 connect advantage, but I don't think those numbers do justice to what we're seeing in this ring anyway.
It's a must-win round for either guy right here. Whoever wins this round probably is going to win the fight. It's just my opinion. I haven't scored the match, but this is an important round to win.
I have it 5-4 Bone, but there's a lot of really close rounds in there.
Again, and so Santillan, you have it that way. Santillan can't afford to lose this round.
No,
he has to win this round, and he has to win this round big.
And Bone cannot believe that that's the way the judges are scoring it, because he's the visiting fighter. Santillan is the house fighter. I mean, it is what it is in the sport of boxing, and that's why his corner was, oh, that's a low blow.
He's going to take a point. He's warned him a lot. He's warned him off.
Okay? Come on.
That would be a fight-changing point.
He's lucky on that one.
Yeah.
He was extremely lucky on that one.
And it didn't stray that low. I mean, it was a low blow, but it wasn't like an intentional low blow.
No, but he's been warning him quite a bit throughout the course of the night on the shots being low.
But he didn't give him an official warning.
And I'm glad that he didn't.
Yes, I agree. Santillan having to load up, and Bone taking advantage with the shorter, sharper shots.
Again, this boiling down to a battle of attrition. It seemed like Santillan was just waiting to surge, waiting on Bone to drain a little bit more energy before he comes on the back end of this fight.
But there's no quit in Bone.
No, there isn't. That's what he was hoping for. But Bone's coming back. Oh, got hit with blood in my eye. Oh, no. Jeez. Can you get me a wet white man? Blood in me in the eye, man. I hope he got his TV shot, bro.
Oh, there's a good combination from Giovani Santillan. We'll get you some eye wash. No, for real. Nice right hand there from Santillan. Stops Bone in his tracks, but here comes the Ecuadorian as well.
Man, I'm just going to be quiet. I just want to listen to this action.
Half a minute left to determine the winner here in Shawnee, Oklahoma. Santillan and Bone giving everything over the last 29 minutes and 30 seconds. Oh!
Wow. Wow, what a battle. What a battle. Heart, determination, will to win. Both guys put it on display tonight. What a great demonstration of what, you know, being a tough, gritty fighter is. Both these guys, man. Woo. I hate to be their body tomorrow. Hate to be their face tomorrow. They gonna feel it.
I mean, you're the one that's been there and done that and had this type of fights. So I'm gonna just defer to you on that side. But what a way to finish. Both Giovani Santillan and Erick Bone. We talk about fighters leaving here with nothing in the tank. Yes. Both of these guys left nothing in the tank.
That's what it's all about, because then at the end of the day, you say, you know what, I did my very best. Win, lose, or draw, you put it all out there for the fans to see. And the fans love that. That's what the fans love to see. They love to see your heart on display. And that's what we saw. I saw a lot of skill in here from both fighters. You know, Bone was a sneaky guy. You know, he had subtle movement from the outside, followed up with combinations. You know, Santillan showed heart. He switched up his game plan. It was going back and forth. I saw Santillan box a little bit more for the first time in some time. And usually he's coming forward, being aggressive, but he couldn't do that with Bone. He had to do a little bit of everything tonight. And I don't know who won this fight. I'm not sure who won this fight. I don't know how the judges scored the fight. What'd you score that last round? Who'd you get that to?
I scored it to Santillan, and that gave me a draw. And when we look at the punch stats, both guys combined to throw 1,200 punches pretty much, and Bone outlanded him 224 to 213, and more importantly, on the power edge, 190 to 152 in favor of Erick Bone. So Santillan going uphill tonight against Erick Bone, and we'll see how the judges saw it. A lot of times the judges like aggressiveness, others like the effectiveness. So did they like Giovani Santillan's aggressiveness or the fact that Bone was able to counter everything he had? Well, Mark Chinook is the only man who knows.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds here inside Firelake Arena in Shawnee, Oklahoma, we go to the judges' scorecards for the official decision. Mike Bauer scores the bout 97-92. Chris Ritter scores it 98-92. And Gerald Ritter scores it 97-93. All in favor of your winner by unanimous decision. Giovani Gallo de Oro Santillan!
Good fight. Great fight.
He got away with one, Tim.
Look, listen to me, man. That fight was close.
It was
close, in my opinion. It could have went either way. But Santillan got the nod. Maybe those last 2 rounds, he did enough to close the show, which is good. Santillan moves on to bigger and better